It's a real big week for Nintendo Switch owners, and we're here to tell you all about the games that are coming to our favorite console. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here with me. It's a brand new Monday, and we've got a loaded eShop coming this week. The final week of July is jam-packed as we have a whole slew of games. Overcooked Special Edition was just announced for this week. Infinite Mini Golf, Namco Museum, Fate Axela, Neo Geo Super Sidekicks, Cubix Paint, and Ultra Hyperball are all dropping. Gabe, it's a big Nintendo week.
You forgot about one, Phantom Trigger coming, not to American eShop, it's European, but you can just download that and play it since it is region-free. Yeah, huge week. Huge week.
A lot of good stuff, and we're going to go in order and kind of give you a little info on all of them, their prices, their release dates, and which ones we are most pumped for. The first up is Infinite Mini Golf, which is on Steam Early Access, but it's coming to Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. It's $20, and you can create and play a whole bunch of mini golf courses. I have always liked mini golf games, so I hope that this one plays well, because the idea of being able to create courses, and for me, play courses that other more patient people create, and it's across Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Switch. So that's really cool that they have a unified creation system, and hopefully the gameplay is there. I haven't played the Steam Early Access version, but I would like a good golf game for the Switch.
Mini golf, Zach. Mini golf.
We need to play mini golf.
We do. I feel like I'd be terrible. I've played mini golf. I'm not great, but I feel like you would, because you golf in real life sometimes.
Next time we're together, I'm going to challenge you to mini golf.
All right, and I will accept it, but I'm actually going to probably play Infinite Mini Golf.
You can play it. You're going to be at a secret Switch event that we can't talk about, but you can play it there.
Yeah, I was going to say on the way back, but yeah, either or.
Either or. Either or tomorrow as well, because if you don't want Infinite Mini Golf, there is Fate Axela, the Umbral Star, which is an action game. It is... this is the one I know the least about, frankly, but it's from the Fate Extra series, and I believe this was actually previously released on PS4, but now it's hitting Switch. It's $60, comes out on July 25th, and there is a physical version for this as well. It's made by Marvelous, and does seem to have a bit of a cult fan following, so if you are going to get this, you probably already know. If not, it seems to be a little niche to me, but who knows? It could bring something unique to the Switch in terms of genre.
Yeah, it's very, very Japanese. So if you're into stuff like that, maybe give it a try. Full $60 retail release, like you mentioned. So, yeah.
Yes. Then we have Gabe's Do Not Forget Me Phantom Trigger coming July 27th for $15. And it is, that's 15, I guess, euros, because it is only being released in Europe this week. And it is basically an action roguelike game from Tiny Build, and they describe it as a hardcore neon slasher. It has very pretty visuals and looks to be a pretty fun game. This is one that I'm definitely downloading because I really like this sort of stuff. I love roguelikes, and I just love the aesthetic that they have brought here.
It kind of looks like, what's that game?
Hyper Light Drifter?
Yeah, it looks exactly like Hyper Light Drifter. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking about. But yeah, there's a lot of roguelikes on Switch now. So Phantom Trigger is just another one, and I've heard of this one. I even told you this when I saw the name. I said, hey, that sounds kind of familiar. Then I saw the gameplay. It looks really cool. Again, just to emphasize, it is out in Europe only, but you can make that work, guys.
Absolutely. Cubix Paint. I know this is what you're pumped for, Gabe. $4.99, also on July 27th. And you can unleash your inner artist. You can sculpt and paint 3D figures with your fingertips, Gabe.
God, that's going to be a big 3D figure. I have very strong fingers. I'm going to break the Switch. I cannot play this game.
Nintendo.com says, in Cubix Paint, you'll become a sort of Michelangelo, sculpting digitally with your own fingers to free the Cubix hiding within the block. Then get your artistic mojo flowing painting your Cubix. Use the Maker mode to sculpt freestyle, or you can release stress while training your creative skills and spatial vision, Gabe. You definitely need this game.
Yeah, this sounds like my game of the year, actually. For $5, I'm in.
All right, and then the best release, well, I guess Phantom Trigger could technically be the best, but competing for the best is Overcooked Special Edition, again on July 27th for $20. This one is a gem. I love it on the consoles, on PS4 and Xbox One. It is crazy cooperative chaos, and you have to check this out.
Yes, Overcooked, I think, in my opinion, since I haven't played Phantom Trigger, is by far the must-have game. Overcooked is the one for this week that you guys need to have. It's really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's stupendous. This one includes all the extra stuff. There is 2 to 4 player co-op with the Joy-Cons, and there's also competitive. Like I said, it's fantastic.
Have you ever want to run your own kitchen? Now's your chance.
Have you ever wanted to argue with your significant other about who can move burgers around the kitchen faster without slipping and having mice steal them? This is the game for you. Gabe, let it be known that I become a very hardcore and demanding chef when I get to Overcooked.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us like a little bit about what the game is, other than like, hey, you run your own kitchen?
Yeah. So basically, you will get recipes on the top of the screen, and you are going around and picking up the ingredients in the kitchen, making the correct orders, and then delivering them. But that sounds easy. It gets a lot trickier when they introduce weird kitchens, like kitchens that are part of 2 vans on a highway, so they're constantly shifting, or kitchens that are on a pirate ship, so the different barriers and where you can walk are, rotating and moving around, or kitchens where, like I said, there's a mice infestation and they're stealing food that you're not touching. But it involves a lot of like micro games of like, okay, chop the lettuce and then take it over to the plate, and then the other person has to take the plate and put it in the window to be served, and you're trying to get as high of a score as possible while the time is ticking. It's a very simple concept, but it's executed amazingly well, and the variety of the different kitchens and the different challenges that you face keep it incredibly fresh and incredibly chaotic. It strikes that great balance of a controlled chaos where you have just enough grip on the situation to make it work, but everything is just kind of going absolutely bonkers. And there's times where you're together in the same area of the kitchen, times where you're separated. You have to hand things, back and forth. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Overcooked is great. You guys should definitely play that.
There's also the requisite Neo Geo title. Super Sidekicks is a soccer game hitting the...
It's a football game, Zach.
Football. A switcheroo football title for $8. That'll also be on the 27th. Thursday is loaded, but the week is not done, because Friday the 28th sees the launch of Namco Museum for $30, and this is packed with, I believe, 10 OG Namco arcade games, just to run through them for you. Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaga 88, Dig Dug, The Tower of Druaga, Sky Kid, Rolling Thunder 2, Splatterhouse, and Tank Force. Plus, it includes the GameCube version of Pac-Man Versus, what's a
GameCube?
A GameCube?
That's what you said.
The GameCube. I was getting into my Italian Overcooked character here. I was making so much spaghetti. So it's the GameCube version that had the really, let's call it unique, link cable support with Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
and it was part of Pac-Man World 2 back in 2003. Now it's on Switch, and the coolest part of this probably is that it does have a single Switch mode, where 3 players can team up as ghosts to chase down a computer-controlled Pac-Man, or 2 Switch consoles, 3 ghosts can be on one Switch, while the 4th player will be Pac-Man on the other console. So I'm excited to check that out. I think that'll be cool. Jake's always been a big fan of the Namco arcade stuff, so I'm sure he'll be on that as well. And Gabe, we're still not done.
We're not
done. If you are not about Pac-Man on July 28th, you can also pick up Ultra Hyperball for $9.99, which is, I believe, a Switch exclusive. And this is a unique sports title that has a single-player story mode, as well as 2 to 4 player co-op and versus mode. So again, bringing a lot of multiplayer action to the Switch with Overcooked, and with Infinite Mini Golf, and with Pac-Man VS, and with Ultra Hyperball. 49 playable characters. I have not seen much on this. It's got a cute pixel art style, and if it gets good marks, I'll check it out, because I do like my balls.
It's $10, so it's not a big price to figure it out for yourself. So, maybe.
With that being said, those are the titles dropping this week on Switch. Gabe, which ones are you most excited for?
Well, obviously, Overcooked. I think that's the big one. Phantom Trigger as well. I think those two are going to be what I'm going to be going for. Infinite Mini Golf as well. So there, I'll pick 3.
Yeah, and not to be a copycat, but I think I'm most excited about the exact same trio. Overcooked, I have been waiting to play the DLC, so this will be a great place to drop some more chef knowledge. And then I'm also pumped to see if Phantom Trigger turns out to be really cool. And yeah, Infinite Mini Golf. I may also check out this Ultra Hyper Ball, just because it kind of looks interesting, and like you mentioned, with a low price of entry. Jake's going to be in on that Namco Museum. It doesn't look like Namco Museum is getting a physical release.
No.
There were some thoughts about that, but it's going to be a $30 download. I wish it was a little cheaper. But yeah, it's a really good week for Switch, and coming after Splatoon 2, it seems like a lot of these games wanted to avoid the initial Squid Rush and now are dropping. But it's good, because people who picked up their Switch specifically for the Inkling Adventures now have a lot more to dive into. So let us know in the comments down below which games you are most pumped for this week, which ones you're going to be picking up, and if you do pick them up, let us know your thoughts and your take. We're always curious to hear your experiences with the great games and the not-so-great games, so keep us posted, and we should have videos on a lot of these. So stay tuned for a full week of awesome Switch action, and until next time, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Monday, and until next time, for myself and Gabe, Switch Force out. Force out.